So this was built probably, I'm gonna have to say 15 years ago or something like that. So we got our bottom pond, we got a grande skimmer box, we got our koi fish in here, and then something that never really made sense to me, whoever built this pond, is they built this second pond up here. Like, it's a full pond. I don't know if this was here first and then they built that one closer to the house, and they got 3 waterfalls, so when this fills up it goes over the rocks down into the second pond, and they just kind of left this one here. But my biggest problem with this is this really just becomes a huge silt trap. You guys can see a lot of the stuff, and we're constantly putting in sludge remover to try and combat this pond here. We got some lilies, you've got some, I think that's hornwort, that might be hornwort, or that just might be common pondweed right there. It's actually going to start flowering, as you guys can see. We just got a really weird system, and I'm not 100% sure how this came to be. Hey guys, what's going on? Christopher Yaks, your Hoosier Pond guy. You guys all know this. We're on a new project today, starting a new project today. We've got a current client we've been doing maintenance for a long time. This is their amazing pond that they have. They got some great koi fish they got from Melanie at Great Lakes Pondscape. Shout out to them for hooking our clients up with some great koi fish. You can see them coming up, wanting their food. As you kind of walk up this way, we've got this nice waterfall right here. We got these great mossy rocks. We've got all of this great mature landscaping, but then we've got all of our liners exposed. You can see it over there. Things are starting to fall in. This is a silt trap. We literally just cleaned this probably about 2 months ago, and we're already getting a lot of debris in the bottom. We've got a really old biofalls that is not hidden at all. It's very common with this generation that a lot of builders, you can see here on the side where that liner is, on that side, that liner goes straight down below those rocks. So as it's coming out, it'll actually go, it's actually leaking out the side there. This biofalls is very much outdated. It's old. You can't find the parts for them anymore. I mean, you can find new old stock sometimes, but right now, we're getting to the point to where these products that used to be manufactured there, you're not finding the parts anymore. So they are wanting to update, they're wanting to remodel. I'm going to put in a new Aquascape Biofalls 6000. They've got 3-inch plumbing, so we got our 3-inch plumbing. Once again, independent guys. We can use Aquascape, we can use Atlantic, we can use Easy Pro, we can use Blue Thumb, and all the other pond manufacturers out there. Today, we are going with the good old Aquascape Biofalls. New filter pad, new rock tray, all that kind of stuff. They've kind of got it hidden over here, and I don't like that because it doesn't really do anything. So we're gonna put that guy right there. So that's where we're gonna put it, in this little clearing here. I've got a whole bunch of dirt in the back of the trailer. We're gonna berm it out the back there, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of this guy, pull him out, fill that in, and then we're gonna put our new Biofalls from Aquascape Inc. Just wanna make sure we say that. We're using an Aquascape Biofalls, and we're gonna put that bad boy right there. So that way, the very first drop is pointed right at their backyard. So they'll have a drop here, pointed at the house. They'll have a drop there, pointed at the house, and then obviously they'll have their 3 going into their final pond. We're also going to be doing some more updates on this later in the year. We've discussed it. I've got to put together numbers and stuff like that. They've got this they got a lot of great stuff back here. They got these natural stacked boulder walls, all that kind of stuff. But what they're really wanting to do, like I said, they bought the house. This is already here. We're starting to get into, we want to make it ours type of a phase, but they've got this great stone on their house, and they're kind of wanting to match the color patterns. So we got a purple, we got some tans, we got some whites on the side of the house. Well, to me, that reminds me of Chilton stone. Chilton has that great look to it. It has those color patterns and all that kind of stuff. But what they want to do is they want to take this part out to the grill all the way to these steps over here, and they want to put in a more contemporary stacked wall block natural stone, but a wall block natural stone that will go along with the side of the colors from the side of their house. We're gonna do that. I think we're gonna use Chilton because that's what that reminds me of the most. If you guys know of a stone that is closer to what that is, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to see it and take pictures of it, because I really want to try and match this as much as I possibly can to what we're going to be doing here. They're going to keep all of the rest of the natural boulder stacks over here and in the back, and I really love their mossy look. I love how this is matured. It's grown in over here. You got kind of the secret garden fairy thing going on over there. The koi fish are getting restless. They want to know when I'm going to feed them. So we're transitioning from natural, you know, woods in the backyard type of the deal to more of a, they got a contemporary little pond here that we're going to church up, and we got an Aquascape double turtle spitter over here. We've tried putting in a couple times, and it's just, you can see right there, it's just not working. We're going to redo this whole area here, so that way we can kind of transition from woods, natural stone, more into your contemporary look, into your stamped concrete, into more of your more contemporary looking of the back of the house. Stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff going on, and we're gonna go ahead and get this thing done, remodeled. I'm here today. I'm getting it torn out. The crew's on finishing up another job. They're just doing the finishing and the tucking and the edge work and all that kind of stuff. They got a full day over there. I'm getting a head start here. I'm gonna get this all torn out because I can do this by myself. And then tomorrow, full crew will be here. We'll get this whole thing redone, rebuilt, replumbed, looking great, looking beautiful, and get this thing turned on before the weekend. See you guys. We are going to show you specifically how to attach liner to a biofalls. The first thing that I always do is I take this guy and I go ahead and cut that little lip off so that way we got a nice flat piece of plastic. Let's go. Yeah! Now we're ready to attach to the biofalls. We've got our silicone right here. We've got our gloves because you're gonna get the silicone on your hands, and it don't like to come off. So we definitely want to put our gloves on. We've got our nice brass bolts. Like I said, we got Aquascape biofalls here. This is brand new Aquascape biofalls, so we're using Aquascape parts. I just so happen to have Atlantic silicone. We got a nice poker. We've got our screw gun. I know there are a lot of people out there like, oh my God, you can't do that. But what we do is we turn it on, and you guys can see, watch. Certain pounds, I turn it on 13, and certain pounds, it starts giving way. So we're not just screwing this thing through so it just goes through everything. We've got our little thingy, a little bracket that holds us up right there. Oh, and I forgot something. I'm gonna go grab something, I'll be right back. We just needed this little baggie right here, right? And what this guy has these nifty little things that we keep on us at all times. Oops, we've got these. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys what this does. This guy comes down, okay? Our underlayment comes down. We're just gonna go ahead and put that down here, underneath that. And then these guys go right in this top one, and we just screw them in just enough to hold in place. Now, what we always do, because we're professionals, you're learning this from a professional. We don't want our liner all the way up nice and tight. What we want to do is we want to leave a couple folds at the bottom, because if anything ever happens, or let's say 10, 15 years down the line, hopefully I'm retired by then, but who knows. We want to be able to, if we have to reseal this and redo our silicone seal on the liner, we want to be able to pull this off, lift it up a couple inches, and then put it back on, so that way we can get a brand new seal on everything. So we want to leave some excess down at the bottom, right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply our silicone, and then we're gonna poke through the liner so our liner can go right there on top. Let's grab a silicone. Got this nice little poker right there on the top, and we just boop, apply liberally. I always tell my guys, I would rather them use the entire tube of silicone on one skimmer box or biofalls, because buying an extra tube of silicone is cheaper than having to come back after everything is set and done to find out that we didn't use enough silicone, that now we have a leak back here. You cannot use too much silicone on a biofalls or a skimmer box. It is not possible. I don't care if my guys grab the big old caulk gun tubes of silicone. I don't care. I don't care if my guys put an extra line below everything. We do this once, and we do it once. Whole tube silicone. Do not be afraid to use that entire thing. We lift this up. Number one, we don't want any wrinkles anywhere, because we want it to go up nice and flat. We want it to be above biofalls lip, just like that. And we boop, and that guy stays right in there. And then we take our bracket that we made. This guy gets hung up. The reason why I cut that nose, I like to call it the nose, I cut the nose off of that is because when I'm stacking boulders, hiding that lip or that nose that comes out to here is really hard. It's really hard to find a rock that's gonna fit just underneath it or anything like that. But this way, if I cut that and the rock is just a 1/4 of an inch or whatever above it, I don't have to worry about it. And I can also set the boulder out a little bit more and then fill this in with gravel and river rock and stuff like that and just foam it all together. We've got a screw gun, we've got our screws, and then we've got our poker. So I like to start in the middle. See, that poked right through. And we're gonna pull this guy out and then replace it with our bolt. And that's all we're gonna do. And then we're gonna do the next one here. Grab a screw, pull him out, put him in. Excited you guys are watching me do this. Pull him out. And poke him through. Now, this poker you guys are seeing me use is nothing special. You get this from any tire repair kit, you know, with the plugs and stuff like that, because normally you're putting this in the tire and, you know, coring it out to be able to put the rubber plug in. This is all that is. We just use this guy, and that guy just helps us find the hole quick, put the hole in for us, so that way we're not sitting here trying to do it with, and we go back and forth, just like that. All right, now we got to this point. Now we can go ahead and take, sometimes it takes, you gotta get a pair of channel locks or pliers, but that's why we only put it in just a little bit. And then we don't even need the pokey pokey, because the other pokey pokey already made the hole for us, right? Just like that. And boom! That's how you do it, guys. It is that easy, that simple. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make that cut right there. We're gonna take, if we got a little bit left of the silicone, what I might do is I might throw some down in there just to kind of make it look good and smooth and all that kind of stuff, but I don't have my knife on me right now, so you guys will have to see the end result later. See ya.